What do you call it when you spend loads of money on someone in their late 20s with little end product? A royal wedding. What did you think we were going to say? A few weeks ago, we followed Manchester United fans to Watford, where Tim was asking them
whether Alexis Sanchez should be in their starting 11.
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
I think he should.
Yeah, I do. I think he's had an inconsistent start to the season.
When he has settled in, he's a good player. So.
He hasn't produced any of his form from when he first went to Arsenal.
He's been disappointing.
I don't know, he's got the talent, but he's still yet to prove himself.
I think Rashford's playing better right now.
Martial is in not the best of form, so Sanchez has to start.
He's just finding his feet. It's a little bit emotional for him.
He's got a good mindset on how the game works.
He loses the ball quite a bit, but he creates chances as well.
So that's what the fans think. Let's put it to the numbers.
Alexis Sanchez built a well-deserved reputation as one of the league's best attackers in his time at Arsenal and arrived at Manchester United with big expectations. But big expectations have turned into growing disappointment over his performances at Old Trafford. Today we're going to look into how and why his performances have tailed off. To start off, let's establish that we're not exaggerating when we speak of big expectations and big disappointment. Between the start of the 2016-17 season up until January 22, 2018, when Alexis joined the Red Devils, he was the player with the highest XG contribution, that is XG plus XA, the whole Premier League. Since joining United, he ranks 26th, behind names such as Troy Deeney, Danny Ings, and the Jose Perez. So how has this extreme drop-off come about? When we compare his player personas from his time at Arsenal and since joining United, we can see that although his goal scoring has decreased, the general outline of his style of play has remained similar. In fact, across his stint at both clubs, looking at some basic metrics per 90 like accurate passes, open play key passes, big chances created, and even assists, reveal that what he's done at both clubs looks very similar. Not finding much signal around his general gameplay, let's have a more specific look at what's going on in terms of goal scoring and chance getting. The real signal in the Chilean's drop in form is around these statistics. His goals per 90 at United are a third of what they were at Arsenal. So what is causing this drop off? Poor finishing? This hypothesis isn't supported in the data. His goals to XG and post-shot XG to XG ratios, which are usual indicators of finishing quality, look very similar across both clubs. The answer is quite simply that he's getting fewer chances. His XG per 90 has almost halved since joining United. So we've put our finger on the problem. Alexis literally gets less chances at United. The question we now want to ask ourselves is it his fault or is there a reason why? A possible explanation that comes to mind is that Lukaku's large presence in the box funnels most chances towards him and away from Alexis. There seems to be some signal here. Last season, a whopping 48% of Alexis's expected assists at United went towards the Belgian, compared to 34% going to Lacazette, who was his biggest beneficiary at Arsenal. However, other statistics dispute this claim. Alexis's usage, i.e. the percentage of moves he finishes himself rather than moving the ball on, is 19% to Lukaku's 22%, practically the same as his pairing with Lacazette before he left Arsenal. Another plausible explanation is quite simply that United are a worse attacking side. Indeed, last season, before Alexis left, Arsenal were averaging 1.84 XG per match. After he arrived at United, they averaged 1.34 XG per match, showing that there are less chances to be had for United attackers. However, before the arrival of Alexis, the players whose place in the side he took, Martial and Rashford, were both getting a higher XG per 90 from the same position, so this can hardly be an excuse for the Chilean.
So there we have it. It's a little unexplained as to why Alexis has dropped off in form, but maybe it's time Jose started Martial or Rashford instead. Where should we go next? Let us know in the comments below. But in the meantime, this has been 3 Minute Myths, Delusions Debunked in 180 seconds.